So there's phases, it sounds like. So like
Yeah,
phase 0 to 1 is like getting started, establishing yourself as a brand
right.
and building brand awareness. But once you have that proven model, like you said, $300,000 and above, now people want to know a little bit more behind the scenes. And that's where a deeper level of storytelling, the social proof, and telling the success stories, not just the before and after, but how is their life, how has their business been impacted, how that really opens up.
Yeah,
Okay.
absolutely. I think, if we talk about what I like to do with my clients is road mapping. Let's get really clear on, before you even get started, let's get really clear on where is this even going. In the same way that you cannot build a house without a blueprint, you cannot create videos without a roadmap. And so really quick, I want to talk about what's in a roadmap and why it's important to build that before you ever get started. In a roadmap are three phases. It's what I call dramatic clarity, the first phase, dramatic demonstration, that's phase number two, and then dramatic leverage. Dramatic clarity is all about understanding who you are, what your brand's about, what do you stand for, what do you stand against, what are your philosophies, what are your core beliefs. Getting really clear on that, right? So let's say hypothetically your core value is integrity, because that's one that a lot of people like to use. We have a lot of integrity, right? Well, what does that look like? What does that feel like? That's where dramatic demonstration comes in. So you said all these things in dramatic clarity. We really care. A really good example that I talked about on the podcast recently is that for a pest control person, if you say you really care for family, well, what does that mean? What does that look like? Why do you care for family? Right? Why do you care about protecting the home from insects or from lizards or from rats? Like, why do you care? And if you say it's about family, in dramatic demonstration, show me the behind the scenes of your family. Maybe you have three children and you don't want an insect to be crawling in their bed at night, right? Like, that's dramatic demonstration. It's going very deep and showing and not just telling. We started with telling, but now let's show. So you can show that through five different ways, what I call behind the scenes, live illustration, social proof, transformation, and unique mechanism. There's those five different ways. And then dramatic leverage. So now you've created the story, you've created the content. Dramatic leverage is how do we make sure the right people see it at the right time? And they see it over and over and over. The reason that I mentioned that Keisha Dior was able to make $1 million after 12 months is because she took this documentary series that I had created for her and she looked at all the different ways that she could just continue to share this documentary, even if it was just one new person that saw it. She did this for years. As a matter of fact, we created the document. We started in 2010. As of 2017, she was still promoting this documentary series. Although she's created other content, although she's had a reality show, she's still promoting the documentary series, right? So that's the roadmap. It's not let's just say, oh, let's just create a cool video because we need to create a video because we're being told video is the next thing we need to create that. Let's get really clear on what we're creating and what we're creating, why we're creating it, and then how we're gonna make sure people see it. Because the worst thing that could happen is that you upload your video to YouTube and only 20 people see it. Right? You want to make sure that people are engaging with it, they're seeing it, and you're getting the most leverage out of the content you created. In my opinion, entrepreneurs are always on the next shiny object. Like they're, what I often say, they're searching for silver when they have gold in their hands. Once you've created the gold, how do you make sure to leverage that gold for years to come?